Hello again guys, it's that time of the year again. New Year's obviously, but it's also that time of the year where I celebrate my YouTube anniversary. Just a few days ago, I celebrated 7 years of having been on YouTube. Not necessarily on this channel started in 2012. My original channel started, I think, December 29th, 2009. And it is that time of the year where I really like to focus in. I like to look ahead to see what I plan to do this year, as well as looking back over the previous year to see what I did right, what I did wrong, and I thought I'd share some of that thinking with you guys. You might call this a resolutions list. That's probably what I will call this, like 2017 resolutions for the channel or 2017 tech resolutions. And I'm going to divide this video up into 3 parts. So part 1, tech resolutions, things that I want to do for this year. Now the obvious nerdy joke there is my resolution for 2017 is 4K, but realistically that's actually something I would like to do this year. I've got all of the equipment, everything works in 4K. So far up to this point though, I've been doing 1080p 60 because I like the way that that looks a little bit better. And I'm gonna ask you guys for some of your input on that. I don't know if I'm gonna go to 4K just yet. I know most people still don't have 4K monitors, laptops, desktops, phones. There are a few devices out there that do have built-in 4K displays. They are gonna become more and more popular over time. It just hasn't happened quite yet. So it's possible that 2018 will be the year of 4K for me, and 1080p 60 will continue to get the job done for what I do. So I'll be thinking about that. The other big tech resolution for me is going to be to continue using the new 2016 13-inch MacBook Pro. When I purchased this new device, I actually also purchased a license for Final Cut Pro, and this is a big step forward for me. I've actually never used Final Cut Pro, but the little bit of tinkering that I've done with it when I went through the trial, it feels an awful lot like iMovie with a lot more features added into it, which is exactly what I was looking for. Is it worth $300? We'll leave that up to once I've used it for some time. Maybe I'll make a video about that. The other tech that I'd be interested in really taking a look at this year, if you couldn't tell from the last month or so, I'm actually looking a lot more into smart home automation. I've got a couple of smart connected products over here that I'm going to be taking a look at over the next month, and a lot more that are going to be coming in over the next few months. Just different things that I'm trying out, different ways to make my home and my everyday life smarter, and I thought I'd bring you guys along for that little journey. Might also be taking a look at some different types of tech, some different types of products in general. Things that may not seem like tech, but maybe they're just innovations in their own way. I haven't mentioned it on this channel at all, but I actually just bought a new car, and there is a ridiculous amount of tech built into that, so there'll be a video coming up on that very soon. So I guess to sort of round out this part of the video, moving forward this year, let me know what you guys think about the idea of moving to 4K. This main camera that I use is 4K, the overhead camera that I always use is 4K, the action cameras I use, the phone in my pocket does 4K. The grand majority of my filmmaking type devices will do 4K at this point, so if that is something everybody wants, I can definitely do that. If 1080p 60 is the much preferred standard, I will stick to that because I definitely prefer it, and it definitely makes my render times a lot faster. Speaking of moving forward though, part 2 of the video, over the last couple of months you may have noticed that 1, the number of videos has actually significantly decreased. That's because for a while there, I was accepting pretty much any product any company wanted to send me and making a video about it, which meant a ridiculous amount of Bluetooth headphones and Bluetooth speakers, a ridiculous amount of batteries and cables and chargers, and it's just not something that I have a huge amount of passion for. I have a passion for, well, realistically speaking, a lot more expensive devices, but that's my own thing. But also I just sort of have a passion for new things. I'm really interested in phones and tablets and computers and camera equipment and lighting and sound and gaming and smart home connected things. So those things I listed there, those are going to be a lot of the things that you see coming out of this channel this year. If that's something you're interested in, definitely hit the thumbs up or subscribe or both or awesome, and expect to see probably a whole lot less of those things that I was looking at last year and over the last several years. So sorry to a lot of the companies that I've dealt with in the past, the companies that have sent me all of these things that are wonderful in their own right, but don't necessarily all need their own dedicated videos. Possibly sometime down the road I'll do a wrap up of here's a bunch of batteries that are really interesting, or here's a bunch of head. Possibly. I'm not going to definitely guarantee that or anything. So we do have a lot of big interesting prospects on the horizon. Definitely look forward to the rest of 2017. The last part of the video, the last thing I wanted to talk about here is wrapping up 2016, taking a look at my analytics from 2016, and I'll show them on the screen here, minus all the numbers that relate to money because that's really none of your business. Over the last year, this channel accrued over 6 million views, almost 20 million minutes worth of watch time. For me, that's a ridiculous number, considering my channel had about 4 million views at the start of 2016, and now we've just surpassed 10 million views. That's ridiculous. Thank you guys so much for the support. Thank you for watching the videos. In addition, we've had a growth of over 23,000 new subscribers in 2016, and I'm hoping that that number just continues to go up and up during the next year because of the other part of this. If I go in and actually look at the rest of the analytics, of those roughly 6.39 million views, 90% of them were from people that are not actually subscribed to the channel. That's why I make it a point at the end of every video to say, like the video if you liked it, and subscribe to the channel if you want to receive all of my videos when they become available. That apparently does not work. So I'm going to go ahead and restate it here again. If you want to get notified whenever I put out new videos, if you like what I'm doing here and you want to support the channel, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Make sure you follow me over on Twitter. I post about all the videos that I make over there. Hitting that little subscribe button doesn't cost you a dime, and all it really does is whenever I put out a new video, it puts it onto a page on YouTube's site for you that says, this person put out a new video, go check it out. If that's something you're not really into, I completely understand it. Just understand that while that number, the subscriber number, doesn't necessarily make a huge difference to every single person out there, it does possibly make a difference in terms of the number of opportunities afforded to the channel. So it definitely does help me out a little bit. So if you like what I'm doing here, definitely make sure to hit the subscribe button. The other part of this is showing that 90% of my views come from non-subscribed people means that the grand majority of the people watching this video, since it's not actually a product or service or anything like that, the grand majority of viewers are going to actually already be subscribed to the channel, which means I need to figure out a better way to engage with people that are not subscribed and help them to become subscribers. So I'm thinking what I might start doing is a weekly Q&A. There are a lot of these frequently asked questions type things that I'm going to be making some videos about. That's another thing I'm planning on for the new year, is actually following up on a lot of the things I say, because there have been an awful lot of times over the last 7 years where I've said, yeah, I'll definitely get to that. I'll make a video about that. And then it never happens. So a video on like my setup here, my filmmaking setup, where I've got a couple of cameras and a bunch of lights. I've made videos about the individual components, but I've never actually done a, here's exactly what I use when I'm making videos. And I should do that. I'm definitely planning to do that very soon. But at this point in this video, I've mentioned 2 videos and a bunch of products that I'm going to be making videos about, so you've got to figure I'll do it when I can. But what I figure and what I'm kind of hoping here is that if I start doing regular scheduled videos, not actually going on a full schedule where Monday is this, Wednesday is this, so on and so forth, but where I say once a week, I'm going to do a Q&A, ask me these questions, and I'll answer them on video. Maybe you'll have a chance to be featured. On top of that, I'm actually tempted to make it more of a, if you ask me a question and I answer your question and you are a subscriber, you have a chance to win a gift card or something. Maybe give away a $10 gift card every week or something. Google Play, Amazon, iTunes, something like that. I'm throwing a lot of information out there at you guys, but hopefully you guys are following along. So that's something that's definitely on the books for this year. I want to start doing more community interaction. I do an awful lot in the comments, and that's another sort of thing that I need to address there. I do an awful lot in the comments, and I need to kind of slow down or stop on that. I know it looks like I don't answer a huge amount of comments. I sort of do it in spurts where I'll go to the comments page and I'll read through and find the ones that need answers, not the ones that are trolls, and I'll answer as many of them as I can. But when I'm answering the same questions on the same videos over and over and over again, it makes it hard to do that. So doing a regular Q&A video every week will probably alleviate some of that. The other part of that is, like I said, getting away from the comment section, because there are a lot of comments out there, especially in the time since Christmas, that have been ridiculously negative, hateful, rude. I've gotten rid of some of them, but the grand majority of them are still out there. People that are just kind of nasty for the sake of being nasty. Everyone's obviously entitled to their own opinion, their own thoughts and everything, but there's nothing that says that I have to see it or I have to answer it, so I'm just not going to. And I've gone on for entirely too long at this point. The video is probably going to end up being super short because I'll probably cut most of this out. But suffice it to say, looking over the analytics, 2016 was an amazing year for the channel, and I'm definitely looking forward to what 2017 has to offer. Should be a lot more interesting products coming up, a lot more entertaining videos for me to make, which makes me want to make them, which makes them more entertaining to make and more entertaining to watch, hopefully. So let me know the kind of things that you're looking forward to, the kind of things that you would like to see coming out of this channel moving forward. I will take it all into account to stop myself from going on and on, because we are completely off script here. Thank you guys so much for all of your support in the past. Hopefully you will continue to stick around and support this channel moving forward. I'm definitely continuing to have fun making these videos, and I hope you continue enjoying them throughout the year. Again, make sure to hit the like button down below this video if you liked what I said here. Hit the subscribe button down there as well if you would like to get notified anytime I put out any new videos on this channel. I definitely appreciate it, and maybe, fingers crossed here, maybe we will hit 100,000 subscribers this year, but we will see you again next time.